Good morning from the office. I am BKP, we are North Georgia's only live online morning newscast here. Morning show. It's December 8th, 2016. I like to come in the mornings and I like to enjoy this show. I like to enjoy bringing you information. I actually do enjoy this. I like to have a lot of fun. You have tuned in and seen me cutting up and playing around and horsing around, having a lot of fun, and it's just a joy I have and something I enjoy to do with the viewers out there. Show the picture this morning of these two officers. Cole, you got that ready? Georgia police officer is killed, another one in critical condition. Georgia Southwestern State University officer Jody Smith on the left and Nicholas Ray Smar, I guess, on the right of America's Police Department were both shot. Okay? Both of these men were shot. America's police officer was killed, and Georgia Southwest State University public officer remains in very, very critical condition after shooting near the Georgia State GSW State University campus in Americas Tuesday morning. A massive manhunt is underway for the gunman. Show that guy, what's this guy's name? You got him there. This is who they're looking for. A massive manhunt is underway for a gunman identified by police as 32-year-old McQuill Limbrick. This thug world, it'll stop, folks. We're going to put a stop to it. According to America's Police Chief Mark Scott, Officer Nicholas Smar, 25-year-old kid, folks, 25-year-old kid, was responding to a domestic call at an apartment complex adjacent to the Griffin Bell Golf Course located just south of GSW State University. A massive manhunt is under the way for this killer. And investigators, Georgia cop shooting suspect on the run is very dangerous, folks. He's very dangerous. And this says Wednesday. It says Wednesday. Okay, the other one said Tuesday. This says Wednesday. And an intense manhunt is underway for a suspect who shot Georgia police officers. This says Wednesday, killing one. More than 20 law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, are working to track down the gunman. That's McQuill Limbrick is accused of opening fire when police responded to a domestic call, dispute call. The suspect had outstanding warrants for kidnapping and other charges related to the prior domestic violence incident, but the two officers who responded to the call Wednesday morning had no idea, reports CBS News correspondent. Investigators in Georgia pleaded with McQuill Limbrick, the man police say shot and killed the officer and critically wounded another one, to surrender. Enough violence has occurred today. We want you to call 911 and arrange to turn yourself in, said Vernon Keenan, director of Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Contact us to end this in a peaceful manner. I just take that thug down, okay? But this is who they're looking for. Wait, one more time. Let's just be clear. The state, they're looking for this gentleman, this thug here. This thug here. They're looking for him now. And put the two officers back up. You got them? Kids. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Go ahead and take that down. I do not like to open the show with this. There needs to be capital. See, I'm always not iffy. I don't have a gray area on the death sentence. I mean, I don't know. There needs to be capital punishment for anyone that feels they want to shoot or shoot at. You just shoot at law enforcement, period, okay? Now, this is not the direction I was going this morning, but that also leads into the fake news, okay? I was watching as I was preparing for work this morning, and I always like to listen over, my back shoulder of some news cycles. And Sheriff Clark, which I like Sheriff Clark, is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right? Sheriff out there. Fake news started with hands up, don't shoot. In Ferguson, that's where the fake news. Every media outlet ran the hands up story. It was fake. It was fake. The hands up, don't shoot was fake. All of the top, what they seem to feel highly respected news outlets, the big guys, ran that. Okay, moving right along this morning. At 9 o'clock, I have been a couple quick notes. Also, Lula May is out. Dr. Lula May Perry, superintendent of schools in Pickens County, has resigned, sent her letter of resignation. I understand tonight the board will officially accept her resignation tonight. That's Dr. Lula May Perry. And then next week, after the resignation is accepted, we will discuss some of the reasons we feel she may be leaving down there. Also, Georgia State Senate seat 54, the special election. I'm going to give you plenty of time at 9 o'clock, okay? You've been following my series all week. I've done something at 9 o'clock all week on this election. And the reason I'm working very hard on the 54th district over here, state Senate seat, is because it's at Christmas, and I feel the people need to get all the information they can at this election for a 30-day election, like 33 days special election over there, to pick a state senator. Anyhow, that's at 9 o'clock this morning. What I'm going to be doing at 9 o'clock, this gives you plenty of time to call people, to tune in at 9. I went yesterday and I did a 20-minute interview with Debbie Peppers. She's a candidate. Now, she did not identify a party. There's 5 candidates in this race at the 54th district. 4 of them identified as Republicans. Debbie Peppers did not identify on the ballot. Okay? There's a lot of discussion of who she voted for in the general election. There's a lot of discussion of who she may have voted for in the primary for the presidential election. There's a lot of discussion on who she may caucus with or what party she may identify with. What you're going to find out in that 20-minute interview I did yesterday, and it's going to be at 9 o'clock, so you want to watch that interview and find out why did Debbie Peppers not identify herself to a party when she put her name on the ballot. That interview is coming up. Also, Georgia State campaign finance reform. Now, this election causes me to want to push forward on maybe some Georgia State campaign finance reform. So we're going to watch the 20-minute interview at 9 o'clock with candidate Debbie Peppers, and then at 9:20, I'm going to upset probably every Republican in the state of Georgia. Yes, Republicans. I'm going to upset them. You're going to want to tune in to hear what I think we should do as far as a major step of campaign finance reform in the state of Georgia. A lot of people not going to be happy with that report. So you got 9 o'clock to tune in on that. Okay, a judge in Michigan identifies, it says, Jill Stein. A judge rules in Michigan Jill Stein is crazy. In the Michigan, she's crazy. No, he didn't say she was crazy. Okay, but might as well said it. I mean, judge might as well said, Jill, you're crazy. You can't change the will of the people. You can't just come in here and decide you want to change the will of the people in the state of Michigan. So a judge has decided, hey, this recount does not need to go forward. And so that's becoming quite interesting, okay? Some of us are terrified. You know, I like to watch the little round table on MSNBC Morning Joe there at 6 a.m. as I'm getting ready for this day. And they're making there's comments around that round table on some of Donald Trump's picks. Some of us are terrified. Some of us are terrified. All right, I can't go much further without saying earlier in the week, I know, earlier in the week that, did you find the sound effect I asked for?
Of what?
Did you read the emails I sent you in the morning? Do you read the emails? Do you read the emails? I work hours on show prep and send you emails. Do you read them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big yes. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Read the emails. Tell me when you got the sound effect or if you have any questions on it. But don't say it out loud. That'll kill the whole joke. Anyhow, earlier in the week, I was very upset to see Al Gore go into Trump Tower. Very upset to see that. I mean, I was so bothered by that. I was so bothered by that. I mean, it upset a lot of people. It upset a lot of people. But Donald Trump comes back later in the week and he says, you know, I heard, trust me. I heard everything everybody had to say. I listened to Al Gore. I listened to everybody. But I'm going to go with Scott Pruitt. I'm going to go with Scott Pruitt to head up the EPA. Oh, the lefties, their day is, oh, wow. Woo, their day. Trump taps Oklahoma attorney. You got his there, Scott Pruitt. Can you put his picture up?
Yeah.
Put up Scott Pruitt. Do you understand what I wanted?
Yes.
Okay. Scott Pruitt right there. All right. Trump taps Oklahoma Attorney General to lead EPA, Scott Pruitt. President-elect Donald Trump plans to nominate Scott Pruitt, the Republican Attorney General from Oklahoma. Oklahoma went 100% red. There's only 2 states, I think. Test me on this while we got a minute here. There's only 2 states that every single county, I think only 2 states, that every single county went red, and that's Oklahoma and West Virginia. I think so. I think there's only 2 states, every county. Do that, check that out for me. Went red, Oklahoma and West Virginia. President-elect Donald Trump plans to nominate Scott Pruitt, the Republican Attorney General of Oklahoma, and frequently legal adversary to President Obama, to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. Let me guess, if Obama went this way, Trump is going that way. If Obama went over here, Trump is going over there. I'm just saying, folks. So President-elect Donald Trump, Oklahoma, frequently legal adversary to President Obama to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. A transition official told The Hill if confirmed by the Senate to oversee the 15,000 employee agency, Pruitt would take the lead on dismantling, hell you say, not dismantling, the EPA regulations that Trump targeted throughout his campaign. Trump keeping campaign promises. Wow. Still got the caution light out. I need to see the spending on. I'm concerned fiscally. I've got some fiscal concerns I want to keep an eye on. All right, anyhow. EPA, this is a good one. Fire up the economy, baby. EPA regulations that Trump targeted throughout the campaign as job killers that restrict economic growth. Reuters first reported the news Tuesday, Pruitt has been a legal opponent of President Obama over nearly every major regulation and executive action. Oh, it's Christmas. Is it time to say? I just got to sing. Oh my God. I mean, when I hear that, it's like Christmas. I mean, get me nothing. Just put a bow on it.
Let's try this out.
Oh, don't tell me. Are you going to? Oh no. Ring the bell.
Say what?
Ring the bell. You got the bell? Did they hear that? Did they hear?
Yeah.
Did you hear? Did you hear us ring the bell? There's a reason. One more time. Let's start the next round.
Next round?
Yeah, hit the bell.
Okay.
Sorry. There we go. Okay, round 2. Pruitt has been the legal opponent of President Obama for over nearly every major regulation and executive action, not only on environmental issues, but also Obamacare, immigration, and bathroom use by transgender people. Oh no! It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's better than the Jelly of the Month Club. Use of transgender. Oh my God, did Trump know all this? Did he know all this? I'm serious. We good?
I said no, I can tell they heard it.
Did Trump know all this? Let's see, let me read that again. Not only on environmental issues, but also Obamacare, immigration, and bathroom use by transgender people. Oh, they're going crazy today. They are going nuts. From sea to shining sea, the lefties, Pruitt had led litigation against Obama's landmark climate rule for power plants, as well as water regulations and standards for ground level ozone, pollution, haze, methane, and more. Methane, them damn cows. All right, now do you understand? On Good Morning Joe, what they were saying, oh my God, they were saying, some of us are terrified. They're terrified. I gotta laugh. I'm telling you. I gotta laugh. They are terrified. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it together here, but this is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, methane and more. As EPA head, Pruitt would help carry out Trump's campaign promises to repeal Obama's entire executive climate change agenda, including the Clean Power Bill. Whoa, wonder what Al's thinking this morning. I mean, you know, he got the tin can out, and him and Ed Bagley Jr. are having a conversation over the tin can and the strings. They use no electricity, those guys, okay? I'm going to have to stop enjoying this quite so much, including the Clean Power Plan. They're terrified, folks, which the president-elect said he would target in his first 100 days. Democrat environmentalists are already gearing up to fight his nomination. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. You better have the bell ready all day. This thing's going to get nuts. Where's the bell? They're gearing up for the fight. How can they if they don't have a bell? There you go. Round 3. Okay, Donald Trump's ringing the bell. All right, we're certainly going to draw the line in the sand. We're going to certainly draw the line in the sand, said Senator Brian Schwartz, Democrat of Hawaii. 706-889-9700 or 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Chief@fetchernews.com.
They heard the bell.
Can they hear the bell?
Yes.
They can hear the bell. All right, so next round. Okay, so Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, he'll be all over this. He vigorously opposes. Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut said, there will be a fight, ring the bell, over the nomination. I think he has a record, and it will be scrutinized, and there will be opposition. There are a result. There as a result. Ring the bell. Come on, be ready. You got the bell. Ring the bell. There you go. Okay, enough there. Enough there. The bell. We're going to be fighting all morning. Donald Trump threw it right in the ring. Now there's a theme to why we're ringing the bell, the ring, the whole thing. You need to pay attention, folks. Okay, so that is great. That is absolutely great. Now, the Washington Post, I think, they're concerned. They are concerned. The generals, all the president's generals. All the president's generals. Now, you got General Flynn. Throw up General Flynn. Okay, you got General Mike. Oh. Well, somebody said we got the dogs barking. They keep hearing the bell and the dogs keep barking. I can't help it. Ring the bell, baby. It's not over. We're ringing the bell all day. So it's time. Some are nervous. Donald is surrounding himself with the generals. Boy, check out Flynn. General Flynn, National Security Advisor, okay? General Mattis, go up to Mattis. He's a 3-star general, Flynn is. Okay, Mattis, look at Mattis. Okay, General Mattis is going to be Secretary of Defense, all right? Secretary of Defense. Now, let's go to he's a 4-star general. Let's go to General Kelly, James Kelly there. There's General Kelly, Homeland Security. What is Donald getting ready for? War? What kind of war is Donald getting ready for? I mean, why does he need all these generals? He's got Kelly, 4-star. Mattis, 4-star. Flynn, 3-star. You ever think Kelly and Mattis get in a room with Flynn and say, you got 3 stars. Did you lose a star? Did you lose a star?
Yeah,
Can't find your 4-star? I got one.
I lost mine in the elevator.
Yeah. Did you lose an elevator coming down Trump Tower? Where's your star? You ever think they do? No. That's not fun. I don't want to be disrespectful. Where's your star? Anyhow, you got these 3 guys, generals. They're nervous. Let me tell you the war they're getting ready for. Here's the war they're getting ready for, and I'm going to tell you right now, okay? They're preparing for war. Donald's got these 3 generals, and Donald is taking things serious. The Trump, he is primetime Trump, hashtag, primetime Trump. He is taking this serious, okay? So the Donald is getting ready for war, and there's some people nervous that there's 3 high-ranking generals going to be in this cabinet. It's got some people very nervous. As they say on MSNBC, they're terrified of this. I'll tell you why. Here's the war. War on drugs, it's going to be real. Drugs, thugs, gangs, criminals, war on drugs. It's going to be real. And these generals are going to clean it up. Okay? War on, what would the other war be? What would that be? Oh, illegal immigration. War on illegal immigration. We will end illegal immigration. That war is on. It will stop. We will clean up sanctuary cities. We will get the drug gangs, the illegals out of the cities with the gangs, the prisons. We'll send them back. That'll be another war. And the other war will be the radical Islamic terrorism. Donald is preparing for war. You have 3 generals, and you better get ready. He's preparing for war. Now, the latest here, let me look at this real quick. I might enjoy this as much as I did the gentleman getting put to the EPA. The top Marine general just courageously, that's a big word, it's a whole lot of letters. The top Marine general just courageously broke rank. This comes from Western Journalism. This is in 2014, to deliver a crushing blow to Obama. Okay. Obama went this way, Trump's going this way. No matter what it is, he's going over here, going over here. So, without a doubt, a highly decorated 4-star Marine general has courage and conviction. But this particular Marine, General John Kelly, head of the United States Southern Command, has demonstrated real guts by coming right out and saying something that his own commander-in-chief, all right, I like that one. I'll say it in a minute. Okay, he just demonstrated real guts by coming out and saying something like his own commander-in-chief might not like to hear. While President Obama calls for more health screening at a handful of U.S. airports, General Kelly urges that the real threat of domestic Ebola outbreak could come sweeping across the southern border, which has nothing to do with air travel into the United States. See, this is an example, and it's called Reports on Bar the Door, okay? Speech, Katie Bar the Door, speech that this top military commander recently gave the National Defense University, predicting that Ebola will not be contained in West African countries. Now, this general totally went against Obama, and everybody, here's what I think, everybody that was in Obama's administration or served as a general in any way, shape, or form that went against Obama, he got rid of them if he didn't agree. And those are the ones that Trump has called in and said, hey, I want to meet with these guys. 3 generals ready for war, okay? Ready for war. Drugs, thugs, and Muslim slugs. That came from a viewer. Just there you go. Ready for war on all fronts. You will see a war on drugs. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna get like this. Now, you know that I have a lot to say, positive to say about Ronald Reagan. You know that, okay? I absolutely do. And I believe there needs to be a real war on drugs, okay, in this country. And this will not just be a slogan of just say no. These gangs that are coming across the border, let me tell you something. Donald Trump went to some rallies, and on some of those rope lines, he had mothers probably cry to him about their child being hooked on heroin or anything of that nature. And I'll tell you what, he's gonna stop it. All right, ring the bell. That's the second round. I mean, that's another round. Ring the bell. It's time to ring the bell. The generals are in the house. Got 3 generals. Ring the bell. Now, who else do I have this morning? Let's see. I've got General Flynn. How many more pictures do I have? Just count. I gave you how many? I got the 3 generals. I got that. Who else? Huh? Don't give the names. Just how?
1, 2.
I got 2 more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want the next picture?
No. How do I have 2 more? I have Scott. I have the 3 generals.
And you have Lee.
No, I don't want that one. Who's the other one? Got 3 generals. Oh, that'd be 5. Mm-hmm. I only got 1 more. You said I got 2. I put up 3 generals.
Oh, and then you got this lady.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ring the bell. I know you're tired of ring the bell.
That's a process.
I don't care if it's a process. Ring the bell. There we go. Now put this up. Wait a minute. Next up in the ring. In the ring, next up. Trump's pick for Small Business Administration. Put the picture up. There she is. That's why we're ringing the bell. Trump's gone WWE. Is it WWE, WWF? What is it now?
I think it's WWE.
WWE. He's gone WWE. Trump picks pro wrestling mogul to lead Small Business Administration. Linda McMahon speaks to members. President-elect Donald Trump on Wednesday selected Linda McMahon, the co-founder of pro wrestling empire WWE, to run the Small Business Administration. Trump said McMahon would help drive job growth by cutting federal regulations, not cutting federal regulations again, that stymie small businesses. Linda has a tremendous background and is widely recognized as one of the country's top female executives, advising businesses around the globe. Trump said in a statement, Trump added that McMahon, 68, would be a champion for small business and unleash American entrepreneurial spirit all across the country. I tell you what, I am honored to join the incredibly impressive economic team that President-elect Trump has assembled to ensure that we promote our country's small businesses and help grow and thrive, McMahon said in a statement. I love everything about it. Put the ring right out there. I want to see center of the White House. And in this corner over here, in the white tights, Chuck the Madman Schumer. Come on, you got to. Chuck Schumer, Chucky Schumer. Here comes Bernie. Bernie's gonna fight. All right, ring the bell. All right, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Hey, yes, Trump, let's get serious. Trump is ready for war. Ready for war. 3 generals. He is ready to protect our borders. He's ready to protect us from we will fight. Let me tell you, I'm going to play what I think Trump's speech is, okay? Because Trump's going to fight radical Islamic terrorism no matter where it's at. Here's one I like is, President Obama, yes, the American people have already forgotten. Trump is the man of the year on Time magazine. I've already seen the Time magazine covers throughout the year where he is melting and he's melting away and, he's gone and he will be gone. And now all of a sudden he's man of the year at Time. And the American people actually are excited that they have a president. He's not even sworn in, but they know they have a president, okay? We've got manufacturers, we've got businesses, all kinds of people that are actually coming out in public and saying that they're excited about the climate that's about to take place. Not climate change, Al Gore, business climate. You get all excited, you hear the word climate, okay? But, Obama says he was caught off guard by ISIS. Obama said the ability of ISIS was not seen. He just didn't see it, the intelligence. He blamed it on, now you're wondering why these generals are ready to get on board with Trump. He blamed it on them. Look, folks, I don't want to get into Obama. I just want to look at the positive. We've put up with this guy for 8 years. I don't want to talk about how ISIS got created. Now, when I come back, I'm going to talk about the State Department. The State Department. And also, what do you think of all these picks? What do you think of all these picks Donald's making? 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, or chief@fetyournews.com. And don't forget, at 9 o'clock, we're going to switch gears and talk about the 54th State Senate seat over in Murray County, Whitfield County, Murray County, and Pickens. We'll be back after these brief messages. I'm your host, BKP. Ring the bell! Now at 9 o'clock, I'm going to air the interview I did yesterday. It's a 20-minute interview with Debbie Peppers, candidate of the 54th District. And I'm going to give, again, a roundup of my thoughts of that race over there. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about campaign finance reform for the state of Georgia. You don't want to miss that. I don't think what I'm about to say is going to make there's a couple people going to be upset, Cole. I mean, but in the odds of 2 hours every day here, the odds of a couple people being upset, pretty high. I mean, you can actually you can bet on those odds in Vegas.
Upset are we talking about?
Like upset.
Upset?
Oh yeah, double upset. Yeah, upset. Yeah, double dog upset. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. Now listen, we are coming at you 3 different ways now. That's scary, isn't it? Is that not? All right. FetchYourNews.com. You go to FetchYourNews.com. You go to the upper right-hand corner. You will see the symbol for Facebook. You go there, you click that. And when you click that, you can hit like and like our Facebook page. Okay. Then also, you'll see the symbol for YouTube. And you can click that, and that will send you to our YouTube channel. and we're streaming live on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Now, become a subscriber, subscribe to our channel, and then you will get a notification every time we're doing a live event, and fyntv.com is live, you will know about it. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then on Facebook, like our page, and we're streaming live through there, and also fyntv.com. So 3 ways you can get us live now in the mornings, fyntv.com, Facebook, and YouTube. Then also you can follow us on Twitter, the symbol's up there, @FetchYourNews. So those are the things. Now, something I want to invite you to do, and it should be done today. They've been working on it for quite some time. We had to find the format we wanted to use and so forth. But if you go to fetchyournews.com and you click on Pickens County, okay, it'll be on every county, folks, so don't think it's just click on Pickens County. You'll see a button there that says Online Store Coming Soon. So the online store coming soon, if you go there now, you can see some of the t-shirts that we have launched. You can actually see the coffee cup is online. I find out the coffee cup, I'm on there now, and let's see the coffee cup, the products. I go to the products, I'm gonna go to coffee mugs right here. I'm gonna view the mugs. We have 3 different coffee mugs, but our Christmas mug is $14.99. That's it. You know, I was trying to get $100. I should have held on to that. Yesterday I was trying to get $100. But no, I've reduced it all the way down. Unbelievable numbers to $14.99, $15. Down from $100 to $15 overnight. Overnight. That's it. Go to fetchyournews.com, click on Pickens County, and the button that says Store Coming Soon, click on that, and you will see 3 different coffee cups we're offering now. The 3 different cups that we're offering. Okay, enough said there. What all I have going on? All right, I had an article here I wanted to read. Former New York, let's see, what I got here? Where am I at? Trump picks. Is this the article I wanted? I'm trying to get straight here, Cole. I can't get straight. Donald Trump's choice to head Homeland Security is a blunt-talking retired Marine general, put up General Kelly again there, who became part of a small but influential team of former military officers with powerful influence over security policy in the next administration. John Kelly is a widely respected combat leader who served as an enlisted Marine before becoming an officer and retiring this year. After more than 40 years in service, there could be no better choice, said Representative Duncan Hunter, Republican of California, a member of the House Armed Services Committee and a Marine who served in Iraq. Marines get stuff done. Kelly is 66. He's a 3rd retired general and 2nd Marine picked by Trump for top-level administration positions. Trump also chose Jim Mattis, a retired Marine 4-star general, to be defense secretary, and Michael Flynn, Army Lieutenant General Mike Flynn for national security. Folks, for all of those concerned about going to war, these choices to me from Donald Trump are about securing our nation. I do not, go ahead and take that picture down. I do not think it's understood, and I say this in all due respect to the viewers out there, I'm not testing your intelligence or your awareness, okay? But I don't think it's understood how vulnerable we are as a country. I don't think that's understood. I don't think our water supply, our electrical grid, our nuclear plants, power plants, the list goes on. Airlines, airports, I do not, our border, obviously, I do not think most people out there heading to work And the biggest thing on their mind is, you know, will they be able to get home in time and get the cake put together to go to the Christmas party tonight, are really thinking about how vulnerable we are as a country, and we are. And I'm not going to go into the scary parts, but we are. They say that if you and I would see the security briefings on a daily basis, just we are definitely vulnerable, and Donald Trump is going to change that immediately. He knows that's the first priority he has to do. He has to change how vulnerable we are as a country. He has to. So these are great picks. Very happy for them. I'm not concerned. Now, here's something on the State Department. Okay? Here's something on the State Department. Now, as I'm here in the mornings, I'm not able to see every single thing that is out there in the media. I try to keep up and click around here to see if there's any breaking news while we're on the show. But the State Department, we're not looking, I guess let me put it like this, and it needs to be understood, and we're not looking for someone to run the State Department. We're looking for somebody to restore the State Department. Let me say that one more time, okay? We are not looking for somebody to run the State Department, to step in, okay? Now, when I was managing, let me get just a hair bit personal here. When I was managing a business in North Carolina for a pretty good sized corporation, my top assistant was a Marine. I won't mention his name. Longtime Marine. Okay? And not serving in the military myself, okay, I did not understand several of the terms sometimes that he would use. And when I first took over this branch, I said to this gentleman, I brought him in, and I said, what's the problem here, you know? He looked at me and he said that the turnover files aren't complete. I said, what would you do first? He said, I'd start on the turnover files. I said, what do you mean the turnover files? He said, when you're in the military, you never know what day you're going to get transferred somewhere. And when you get up from the desk and leave, the person that sits down at that desk needs to be able to take off, and you need to turn over the files, and they need to be able to do the job from the minute they sit down. The turnover files always need to be complete and up to date. So that caught me off guard. I said, okay, let's get the turnover files ready. Now here's a guy that's not concerned about losing his job. He's more concerned about if he was transferred, the priority would be that the position in the company and the organization would be able to turn over to the next person that sat down flawlessly. So his number one thing on his list was get the turnover files complete. I'm thinking, okay. So that's what we did. Now, when I left that branch, I got transferred. When I left that branch, a new manager there, and I'm not bragging, but the new manager there, the turnover files were complete. They were able to come in and run the operation because we had it set up. And outside of this gentleman that I still know to this day, outside of him personalizing a couple things, which was surely understandable, the turnover files were ready. But they were not for me when I got there. And our job was to restore the organization that we had. Folks, the reason I bring that up is I want you to understand, and I hope I didn't lose you there, that we're not asking, Donald Trump's not looking for somebody. They have made a disaster of your State Department, folks. An absolute disaster of your State Department. Hillary Clinton's been running a crime organization. Did you just wake up? Did you just get here? I know the election seems like it was just yesterday, but just yesterday we were telling you on a daily basis, along with several others, this was a complete crime organization. I mean, the whole thing. You've got Cheryl Mills. Oh, the list goes on. The list, Uma, married to the Wiener boy. Anthony Weiner.
No, those jokes again.
Huh?
Don't start with those jokes.
No jokes?
No.
She was married to the Johnson kid. Anyhow, Weiner.
All right.
What's wrong with that? Anyhow,
Anyhow.
it was a crime organization, folks. Your State Department is a disaster. And then she leaves to try to go to the next level of corruption that she had prepared. There's a major sigh of relief, even within liberals that don't even know it, that don't want to admit it. This country is breathing a sigh of relief that the crime organization did not go to the next level. So anyhow, I'm serious. They should turn it over to Kerry, John Kerry. Yeah. And then we had Colin Powell before that, the Republican that voted Democrat, but whatever, right? So anyhow, you're not looking for, and the reason I say this, when you keep going through the picks, please look at the candidate that can restore the integrity, restore the turnover files, restore the classified information, restore the State Department to its intended form. Not just run it, because the next person in doesn't come in and run it. You have to restore it. Okay, that's all I'm asking. So every one of these candidates you see, and I will tell you this, my personal opinion, the reason Donald Trump has Mitt Romney on that list is not just to make a fool out of Mitt Romney. That's my opinion. Yes, people are enjoying it, okay? In fact, one comedian last night said, that Trump was going to get a pet. Every president is going to get a labradoodle or something like that. Going to get a labradoodle, a tan labradoodle. And they were going to, so they decided to teach it to roll over and beg. They figured nobody, they should bring in Romney to teach the labradoodle how to roll over and beg. That was the joke of the comedian last night. No, folks, Mitt Romney's not on the list because Trump basically just wants to make a fool out of him and make him ask for the job. Donald Trump realizes, just like the pick of the generals, okay? Just like the pick of the generals. Just like the pick for the EPA. Donald Trump knows that they have been running a crime organization out of your State Department. And that he is not able to just pick somebody to run and be Secretary of State. He has to have somebody to restore the Secretary of State's department to be able to run it. That's why Romney's on the list. Don't forget, tonight, primetime Trump will be in Iowa. Primetime Trump, 7 o'clock tonight on most of your channels. Okay? Will be in Iowa. Governor Terry Barnstead will be named as the ambassador to China. Another brilliant move there. I'm going to use the word brilliant. I don't want to use it too loosely there, but brilliant move, ambassador to China. And then tomorrow night, we'll wrap up the tour, okay, the victory tour. Was that Janet Jackson? Didn't she do the victory tour? Yeah. Well, so we can't use that. Janet already did the victory tour. Donald Trump, thank you, America, will wrap up at Grand Rapids, Michigan tomorrow at 7, where he'll probably bring on stage Miss DeVos, is her name, where she was able to get his signature on the paper, and he is now an Amway distributor, and she is the secretary. I'll trade you, sir. You become an official Amway distributor. So you can be under me, like you're under me and this person's under me, it gets kicked up to me. If you can become that, I will do the Secretary of Education. All jokes aside, Ms. Betsy DeVos will probably be brought on stage and introduced from Michigan to the people in Michigan, saying, hey, here's your Department of Education Secretary. Thank you, Michigan. And next, the great Dr. Ben Carson right there in Grand Rapids will probably be brought up on the stage as the Secretary of HUD, Housing and Urban Development. And this is my $20 bet out there. He could wrap up tomorrow night, the grand finale, and announce Mitt Romney. And you'll be okay with it because you are so excited over the generals. You're okay with the generals. You are okay with the EPA. I'm going to tell you, I go to conservative meetings all the time. And buddy, regulations and EPA out of control, that is in the top five of the conservative, talking circles when you're having a cup of coffee with a EPA. So you're happy right now. You're happy with the EPA pick. You're happy that Al Gore is, him and Ed Bagley Jr. are sharing a tent somewhere with candles. You're happy that he didn't fall to that. You may give him Mitt Romney and cheer. I don't know. Just my guess. Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Now, there's a couple things I'm going to do. When we come back, if you are not in the 54th District of state of Georgia, and you're out there nationally, you still want to tune in to this interview. And I'll tell you why, because as soon as this interview's done, okay, I'm going to tell you about some campaign finance that I'm interested in that you may want to imply in your state. And then I'm going to kind of put an editorial on this race when we get it done. So, Cole, we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, I'm going to set the interview up with Miss Debbie Peppers, okay, candidate for 54 state Senate seat. And then after that, we'll play the interview. And then after that, you got all that? All right. Well, you waiting for me to say ring the bell? He's like over there. When are you going to say ring the bell? No, go to commercial, Cole.